Okay, at 6:30, we're going to open up the public meeting for site plan application 544 North Main Street, map 205, parcel 1, Jimmy John's Restaurant. Is there someone here to present, please? Can take your time setting up and please identify yourself. Okay, you can begin whenever you're ready.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jonathan Flett. I'm with Daily Ward. Also here is the applicant, Emmett McNulty. This site is located at 544 North Main Street. The site below, property to the south is Taco John's. Wendy's is to the south of that, and then further down south on North Main Street is the Marshall's Plaza, that intersection. Existing site consists of existing building. This used to be a restaurant, its previous use. Access to the existing site is located off of Baxter Street, and then there's a curb cut off of North Main Street as well. Most of the site consists of pavement. There is some existing landscape areas along Baxter Street, the front of the site, and then the rear of the property as well. What we're proposing to do is put a Jimmy John's restaurant in the existing building. There's no area additions proposed to the building. We're proposing a drive-through. This is the drive-through entrance here. It is a one-way drive-through. The drive-through window is located here on the building. We're also proposing 9 parking spaces, 6 in this area and 3 parallel spaces here. So much of the existing pavement is proposed to stay intact with just some striping, whether that's for the parking area or the drive-through lane. Other than this area here will need to be regraded and repaved, and that's due to the grades or the drive-through window. We're proposing new landscaping along Baxter Street, the front of the building, as well as this landscape island. The landscaping in the rear of the property is proposed to remain the same. Utility-wise, this site has City of Leominster water and sewer. There are no changes proposed to the water or sewer. We are proposing to add a catch basin due to the regrading of this area. And this catch basin ties into the existing catch basin located on site. And overall, there is a decrease in impervious area with the addition of the landscape island and removing of pavement here. Dumpster is located here, dumpster pad and fence, and so the gate for the fence opens towards Baxter Street, which is where access to the dumpster would come from.
So the drive, that's the old Bickford's, right? Is that what it was? The old
Yeah.
Bickford's? No,
Trace
it's the
Sorrell.
Trace
It was-
Trace Sorrell.
yeah, Trace
Oh,
Sorrell.
okay.
Yeah, Trace Sorrell.
So I'm just, I didn't mean to interrupt, so are the car depictions on the map accurate to
Yes.
scale?
Yes, they are.
So it's got a queue lane of what, 9 vehicles?
11
11?
vehicles, yep.
Sorry, bad comma. And that comes off of Baxter Street, you said, the back end?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just looking at it.
We'll be happy to answer any other questions. as well.
And you think that's adequate snow storage, that one little piece that you noted?
So we have snow storage here and then along.
Oh, you're
here as
you'll
well.
lose the landscape area too.
Yep.
That was one of the comments from the department heads. Why don't we go,
Yeah.
why don't we go through those? Can I steal yours? 'Cause
You got it over there?
I have Elizabeth's.
Yes.
Oh,
There it is.
okay. So conservation, empty space does not benefit the, the empty space currently does not benefit the community. So the Conservation Commission approves, only concerns traffic, entering and exiting the property could be difficult. And
think this would be assessors comment.
Oh, okay. Assessors, that's right. I'm looking at the top where they circled, they kind of missed assessor. So they do approve it, they're just concerned about the traffic. Fire, says, again, they were the ones obviously concerned about the snow removal. Building approves. Police is concerned about the alarm system. Current contact information of the owner's manager should be given, and questioning the route of the drive-through lane or other method of exiting the drive-through lane if there is an issue that requires the driver to leave while in line. DPW approves. Board of Health, existing grease trap, confirm functioning grease trap for exterior and confirm interior grease trap existence and functionality. Provide sketch of interior kitchen and dining area, include all kitchen appliances. And conservation recommends using only native species in the landscaping, especially trees and shrubs, and other than that, it sounds like they approve. And I always ask, Elizabeth, if you want to,
Yes, there's
Sum up
a
your
memo in
concerns.
front of you dated March 14th with my comments. Just please note there were 2 waiver requests. And then, I'm just gonna look through my memo here, but it says, the loading bays, per section 2249.2, no area may be utilized as with required parking space and loading bay. And the applicant stated that the loading bays are in the parking area and the drive-through lane. This is not permitted, but the applicant may want to seek a waiver from this section.
There's the concrete pad in the back, is that the loading bay?
So, deliveries are gonna be made off hours, and so the 2 options for the trucks would be pull into the maneuvering aisle for the parking space here, and unload, or continue into the drive-through area and unload and then exit. But deliveries will be off hours, so there won't be cars parked in the spaces.
And how, okay, so the 9 spots, I see the 9 spots. Let's see, so just curiosity, what if they do have to do a drive around? Is there room to create that other lane for the cars to drive around?
There's not room, it opens up with the
Right
spaces,
there.
but, I mean, this is also paved on top of John's, it's just a
Right.
speed hump
Yep.
currently.
Yep.
Potentially,
What about back through the parking area? Is there gonna be a barrier preventing them from,
Is that a pass-through?
there's gonna be a do not enter sign,
but there, it's
but
feasible, somebody could drive through it in case of emergency?
it'll be striped, yeah.
Potential
Yep.
escape.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I had a couple more comments.
yes,
The pedestrian way, for section 2258.4, it's required that all proposed pedestrian access ways do not create traffic hazards. The parking area at the southerly portion of the building is separated from the building by a drive-through lane, therefore no walkway for this parking in this section may be provided, has been provided, and this may provide a hazard. That was one. The maneuvering width, for the parallel parking spaces has to be a minimum of 12 feet. There's 12 feet there, but that 12 feet's taken up by cars in the drive-through lane, so I don't know how, if people are parking, how are they gonna get out if there's people in the drive-through lane?
And so our thought on that, it is shared space with the drive-through lane, and we were thinking this is really no different than, say, parking on a street where you could have cars backed up at a light or a stop sign, and, you know, you'd have to just wait, you know, for the cars to exit the drive-through lane. I mean, you had said the drive-through lane would move pretty quickly
Yeah.
based on your sandwich times.
I mean, our guys are trained to do in under 30 seconds is our sandwiches, so, like this weekend in South Boston, we'll do over 1,000 sandwiches a day. Now, that one's insane because
No,
it's
no,
like,
I
there's like
understand.
an
I understand.
arcade
It's
convention
like, wow.
next door and stuff, so it's like a
Yeah.
once a year, it's actually our biggest weekend in the state. But yeah, I mean, our guys go fast, that's how the model works, it's, yeah, very, very quick.
Just to give you an opportunity, just so that we do these in order, Mr. Collette, if you can just respond to Elizabeth's concern about the pedestrian way. Your response is no walkway is provided for the parallel spaces. The drive-through lane is similar to a maneuvering aisle in a parking lot where pedestrians must cross the aisle with low expected vehicular speeds.
Yep, yeah, so the pedestrians would have to cross the drive-through lane, and we thought this was similar to parking in a parking lot where you have to cross the middle maneuvering aisle, whereas the cars in the drive-through lane would be going even slower than cars in a parking lot. So we don't think it would provide a hazard.
I'm just wondering if there's a way to route them, to at least drive the traffic a certain way, to the far.
Okay, John, you're on
To the east
speaker.
or the west. And then just have one like pedestrian, like a crosswalk across,
Yes.
Whether they all use it or not, it's another story. But
No.
I think you have an opportunity at the far side of the parking to follow the property line and create one of those walkways either there, but I don't see an entrance there.
They're proposing a sidewalk.
A sidewalk,
So
right?
the sidewalk is
So,
proposed here.
Yep,
Um,
and here,
Maybe
and
right.
where.
So this is the main entrance, this is not going to be used.
Okay, so on the end, is there a way to put just like a crosswalk?
Say, right
Like
about
stripe
there,
it, you think?
stripe it.
I just think, stripe it as a crosswalk right across to the main entrance.
Yeah,
And at least it'll drive the traffic there, and it'll keep the people coming into the drive-through aware that there could be pedestrian crossing, maybe a little signage. I think that would do it.
okay.
John?
Yes, John, Sal was, yes, John.
I've been trying to say, evidently the thing was shut off. On the street that's at Beacon, what is the name of that street that's next to it?
Baxter?
Baxter.
Baxter, okay? How about there's no way to get from that back parking lot to the front.
Nope.
So they probably, if they could put a sidewalk on Baxter, and then they could have parking there, so that's a 50-foot width.
On the green area.
You mean
Okay?
switch the parking
And
to
then
the
you
other
can
side?
eliminate those three in the front. And we could waiver that.
Our main entrance is off the parking lot, so we kind of flopped the entrance around because we figured people would be pulling into that parking lot. So that the main entrance is actually off of not off of, Main Street, it's off of the back there, yeah, it's off of Baxter.
But Baxter's a
I'd be happy with the
50-foot width.
crosswalk.
You could put in a sidewalk and parking there and still have your entrance off the Baxter. And that would give you 2 or 3 parking spaces on the road, which we could allow, or we could count.
I think he wants to move the spaces from the bottom of the drawing to the top.
And you could put a sidewalk there on Baxter, and that would give an entrance from the back to the front.
Well, they're not using the front entrance.
Is that your handicap space? Is that for your?
John, they're using the entrance on the side that the parking is on right now.
This is the property line.
So,
The access to Main Street is only an egress.
Okay,
That's it?
That's it.
Yeah, it's not two ways, it's only an egress.
why is there a need for
that's
pedestrian
right,
access
that's on
here at
Main
all?
Street.
I don't know.
So the entrance on Baxter, but I'm talking about, are there people who can go inside the building?
Yeah, people that
How
park
do they
there,
get there?
through the door.
The entrance is in the back.
Where was the entrance?
It's on the short side of the building, John. So if you're looking at the building on your map, it's on the left-hand side.
It's in the back.
The opposite side of the
It's
parking.
right off the parking lot.
Yep.
Okay. But I'm saying, those parking places in front, if you wanna eliminate those, so you can have drive-through or go around it, you can take and put 3 parking spaces on Baxter, which we could include. And the road is wide enough that you can do it.
I'm just curious as to why you would move it there, John, you know, I mean, I got a curiosity here as to why move it there to put 3 spaces and what, take the 3 spaces off the other parking lot? Now you got 2 ways you gotta worry about pedestrians
No,
crossing?
they would just go up, that's just so, well, the police department says that nobody can get around there. If somebody wants to get out of the line.
Well, we established that that's not necessarily true because it's
That's
not,
right.
they're not blocked in by walls or anything. It's open pavement in each direction if they needed to get by, because it's the parking lot to the adjacent property is only has a speed hump on it and not
You can drive right
not
across.
a barrier.
Okay.
All right, I'm a little confused, because it says that proposed pedestrian accessways do not create traffic hazard. The parking at the southerly portion of the building,
Right.
where's the parking at the southerly portion of the building?
right
that's
there.
creating hazard?
Those 3 spaces.
3 additional spaces,
Yep.
but the lines were confusing me.
So is this, can I ask a question, guys?
Go ahead, Tom.
Is this basically a drive-through restaurant?
Yes.
It's a sandwich shop with drive-through capabilities, so I mean, it's probably not like comparable to a McDonald's, but we are fast with sandwiches.
So
There's-
you
there's 9
you
proposed
get more
parking spots.
drive-through traffic though than you do in-house traffic, right?
Yeah, and pickup, we
You
get
can't
probably.
do that much in-house traffic, there isn't enough parking for a lot of this indoor traffic.
There's 9
It's
spots.
9 spots, they're 2 above.
And most of the folks who come in, guys, like they come in and they pick up now, that's like 80% of our business is just like moving through it.
I just think that, is that parking lot legal in the back, guys, to have the distances, you know, for the parking spots and in between, because it really looks tight.
What are the dimensions on the parking spaces?
Which
The ones in the back,
The one
the
in the back.
6 in the back.
Yeah, they're all 9 by 18, and then 24.
9 by
foot.
18, so those are what we require, 9 by 18.
And how
So
much,
John-
how
so
much,
John's
how
proposal
much
is to-
backup area do they have?
Wait, let's-
24 feet, Tom.
To back up into?
Yes.
18 on both?
Yep.
I was trying to find that number, and I only got 24 feet, but, okay, it shows the arrow going there. So they're 18 feet, and there's 24 feet in between them?
Correct.
All right. Those will work.
So John's proposal is to move parking 7, 8, 9 to the street side, and then people wouldn't have to cross traffic when they get out of their cars, right?
I still can't find 7, 8, 9.
It's on the bottom of the drawing, if they're down here on the other side of the drive-through.
No, I thought that's where all the parking was.
No.
Okay, I got it, yep, I got it. I got them all. All right, I was on the wrong thing. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 5, handicapped.
I mean, granted, it's a drive-through and cars are gonna be standing still, but you're gonna have people dodging traffic.
Yeah, I mean, I have limited concerns about crossing that spot,
Yeah.
especially if we put some kind of striping right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, like a crosswalk where the parking lot, you know, just
Yeah.
well, not in in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't think there needs to be anything.
no.
At all. You know, that's your main parking. In 7, 8, 9, maybe you wanna, cause that's a walkway on the side of the building, right, to the front?
Yeah, to the door.
So maybe you just, you put
So one
some, you
from
put a
7.
walkway there so it alerts the drive-through traffic and it's an access for 7, 8, 9.
Where do employees park?
What was that?
Employee parking.
Employee parking.
Employee?
Yeah, where's employee parking?
Emma, did you have?
They ride bikes.
I mean, to be honest, most of our employees do public transportation, but we'll probably have somebody who might take one of those spots, like a manager, who's coming in and out.
You have to keep in mind, the ordinance only requires 7 spaces considering the square footage of the building.
Right,
They're
so I have
offering
2.
9.
Well, of the dining area, right, that's 700 square feet, so.
Can I recommend
Yeah,
that
that's
your
it.
employees
You only
park
need
in those
7.
parallel spots might be an
I
ideal spot?
think that is for them
Yeah.
too, honestly, because they'll
If
be
we
able to
just-
get in and out.
Would you want all 3, or just
I don't
2?
need all 3 of them, I just think that,
7 and
you
8,
know,
I think would be
Well,
employee
if
with
you're on
I
that.
think you
employee,
need to-
required 7 anyway.
I think you need to have 7 by the ordinance for
Yeah,
dining
sure,
areas,
just-
so 2.
So 7 and 8 could be employee only,
Well,
and then,
maybe just you know,
Or just
the
one.
idea that that might be two good spots where they're not the most convenient spots to
Yeah.
have the employees park in, that's all, just a thought.
Yeah, I don't think a customer should park at 7 and 8, they're gonna be trying to jump into the line, and go to the drive-through to get out of there. There's a car in front of them, you know? Nobody heard.
I don't know, if they're,
Yeah, no,
if
we
they're
got
bothering to park there, they might as well go through the drive-through. That's the way I see it.
They're waiting in the drive-through line to get a parking space.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my point, yeah.
Or to go around the building
And the
if you
same
want
should
to
be
just
done
go
by the time
around.
they get there.
I know.
Because
It's a really small lot, but,
Yeah.
hey, it was there and it's been empty for 10 years.
That's right.
I know.
Well, no, no.
Okay, just to, if we can move on, then
Do you want me to
Elizabeth, you
finish
had
my comments?
accessibility, landscaping, yes. We talked about accessibility, so,
You have to also think about the sidewalks, that allow for safe pedestrian movement within and adjacent properties. So the board has to decide if what they're providing is adequate. A waiver's been requested from the requirement for a landscape architect, licensed landscape architect. You board has to decide whether or not a traffic impact statement is required. And, there's a waiver requested from section 63.1.1.1 that says no parking is permitted within the front setback of a structure. And that was it.
and then,
I think it's such a busy place, I don't think you really need to do a traffic study.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that, Tom.
You know, you got Wendy's, you got Marshalls, you got all those stores, you got the car wash, guys there every day.
That's right.
It's gonna be 10 more. That's really not an issue.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it never seems to be too hard to get out either way,
No.
over there either for whatever
There's
reason.
enough lights.
No,
And they've done the improvements to 12.
Is the address on Baxter or is it on North Main? Why,
It's North Main Street.
so why is
It's
this
544
front yard
North Main.
setback a concern?
So
It's
it's
not
corner,
like
it's
one
corner
spot.
lot, so there's two front yard setbacks. So this would be the parking in the front yard setback.
I see, okay.
so in terms of your responses to the other, so building had approved it, fire, the proposed site plan, this is your response, the proposed shows the required snow storage areas. The required storage area is 254 square feet, proposed storage is 340. Preliminary approval from police, your response is the applicant will provide information regarding owners, managers to the police department, and you state there is not enough room for a drive-by lane alongside the drive-through, and we've already addressed that. DPW's fine, Concom, note has been added to the plan specifying native species must be used in landscaping. Assessor, the site will utilize existing site access with no change in existing traffic patterns. Health, applicant will coordinate with health during building permit process for any further requirements. Does the board have any other questions about department head comments? Do you have any other questions?
No, so we talked about just having that striping for the 7, 8, 9.
Hold on, John.
Right, so we talked about that, well, we can make that all part of the motion, I mean. All right, go ahead, John.
John?
Correctly, I think he said something about on the bike path that they would go through the lot next door.
Yeah, and the drive-through lane,
Raised curb or
if they need to have an emergency
Do they have an agreement from that owner to allow that?
In the event of an emergency, I mean, it'd be for emergency only. The police were concerned that there were
It's emergency exit.
just, that somebody could get out of there if they needed to. I don't know if we need an agreement.
What are they gonna do?
I
There's an
know,
emergency,
well,
they
it's,
gotta
it's
get
like,
out.
what's that parking lot for? Is that the
gotta go,
Marshall?
gotta go.
What parking lot is that?
It's Taco
Is that
John's.
Taco John's.
Papa John's, right?
Yeah.
Is there an affiliation between the two of you?
No, I have no idea who
Just-
they are.
No relation, same name?
Yes,
last name,
everybody's
same
John,
surname.
right?
John.
Same
John
surname.
Smith's,
It's a good American name. First name, last name.
that's fine.
Okay, anything else on, Tom or John?
No.
No.
Is there anyone in the audience who has any comments, questions? Okay.
Make a
Do we
motion.
think we need any other information beyond tonight?
I don't think so.
The two waivers again are landscape and,
And the front yard parking, no parking permitted
Okay.
in the front yard setback.
No parking permitted in the front yard setback.
Yeah.
all right. Okay, do I have if
motion.
everyone's satisfied that we don't need any other information?
Motion to close the hearing.
Second.
Motion made and second to close the hearing. All those in favor, roll call vote.
Patrick Perla.
Yes.
Paul Weiser, excuse. Sal Chaconi.
Yes.
John Souza.
Yes.
Tom Kergnen.
Yes.
Jason Parre.
Yes.
Dean Valier, excuse. Carol Vittorioso.
Yes. Great, we will address this in a few minutes. Regular meeting,
Thank you.
1.0, call to order.
Patrick Perla.
Discussion, thank you.
Paul Weiser, excuse. Sal Chaconi.
Yeah.
John Souza.
Yes.
Tom Kergnen.
Yes.
Jason Parre.
Yes, here.
Dean Valier, excuse. Carol Vittorioso.
Yes. 2.0, minutes of previous meeting, February 5th, 2024. Did they spell your name right, Sal?
I think John had a comment.
Yes,
Yeah,
John?
on the minute,
Call me Mr.
wait a minute, let me get through my paperwork here. On the minute, on page 17,
Deep into the meeting minutes.
Which is halfway through.
paragraph 6.1. About halfway down, it reads, Mr. Angelini stated that he was approached by constituents that the house next door to them was involved. It's not store, it's door.
Next door, not next store. Gotcha.
Wow, John, you got nothing to do down there, huh?
That's a good
Bring it down to
catch.
your golf league.
That's a good catch, John.
Hey, I read it.
Yeah.
All right,
He's alive.
So no,
we'll make
his
that
wife probably found that.
amendment, yeah, Pat probably did.
Dad did it, I
What?
know it.
Any other comments or questions, additions, deletions? Okay, do I have a motion to approve with the amendment?
So moved?
Second.
Motion made second to approve with John's amendment. All those in favor, roll call vote.
Patrick Perla.
Yes.
Paul Weiser, excuse. Sal Chaconi.
Yes.
John Souza.
Yes.
Tom Kergnen.
He's
He's
back.
gone.
Got kicked off.
That's
Excuse.
him calling back.
Jason Parre.
Yes.
Dean Valier, excuse. Carol Vittorioso.
Yes. Okay, plan submitted 3.1, special permit application for 1525 Central Street, Lot 5, Patriot Circle. Map 499, parcels 51 and 42A, expansion of junkyard.
Okay, this came in as a special permit application. The building commissioner made a determination that this proposal requires only a special permit and not a site plan. The property at 1525 Central Street is an existing junkyard. It's an MU1, it's grandfathered. But the property at Lot 5 Patriot Circle is vacant. So, I don't know, but I was thinking that maybe that was a change of use from vacant to a junkyard use. But the building commissioner says no, it's an expansion of an existing use, so we only need a special permit. So, that's what we have.
It's okay too.
Yeah, it must be
Yeah.
Tom.
On
So
the-
Patriot Circle is what? Where is Patriot?
It's staying industrial.
It's off of Jitech on the
Oh, okay, it's
GIS
on the
map. It's
Jitech, it's
adjacent,
the
it's
backside
directly
of it,
behind
right?
the junkyard.
It's
That's
adjacent to
one.
1525 Central Street, it's
Yeah.
connected.
Yep,
It is a salvage yard, by the way.
there you go.
I know, can we, I know, I was thinking of that, what's the
Disparaging
best
to
word?
It's a money yard.
Junkyard.
Well, it is a junkyard, but we'll call it salvage.
Hey,
Hey, hey, he owns one.
Can I say something?
Please.
Yes, John?
Yes, on that, I believe we should, I would treat that same as a parking lot. Okay, for the sake of not calling it anything else, because we may need drainage, you know, do we need separators these days?
They
For
submitted a,
junkyards? And that would be required in your site plan.
Drainage, right? Yeah.
And I believe, I'm really reluctant to be giving up, not having the site plan where we can look at, what they're gonna do with that land.
Well, let me
That's
ask,
a special permit for use.
let me ask you this, how many square feet is it?
it's just land, it's,
Yep,
How many?
I wrote my report today, there
is it,
was,
well, my question is it more than 10,000 square feet?
Then we can-
Oh, yeah?
oh yeah, the lot is more than 10,000 square feet, yes.
Yes, and your name, sir?
My name is Henry Halpin. According to your letter, he has 2.48 acres, 108,028.8 feet.
I thank you for that, so it's more than 10,000 square
Yeah,
feet.
much
Yeah.
more, 10 times.
So I agree with John, I think we should have because I'm considering it, if it's an expansion, even though they're not putting in a building,
Right.
it's, I mean, what the harm is it? You don't, what's the harm? I mean, if they have to present it as a special permit, what harm is it? They still have to, they're still presenting the same information. So I think we should consider it as a site plan.
So they'd have to go back and be redirected and submit a site plan application.
That would be my,
I think it would be all of
my
our,
feeling,
it
just
would
like
be
Carl
mine
said,
too.
you get a site, anything over 10 parking places, and those are parking places, you need a site plan.
Well, that's a good point too. I was thinking of it, John, as like the use of the square footage is more than 10,000 square feet.
Either
Okay,
way.
that too.
But so either way,
It's either way.
Yeah, either way.
So do you wanna, think that the applicant can get it to us for the time for the May meeting? And schedule them, or do you wanna wait until we have it and schedule them?
Well, no, we could schedule it, I don't have a problem scheduling, but he's gonna have the, everything complete by the next meeting.
Because we have to advertise for the special permit 2 weeks ahead,
Yeah,
3 weeks ahead.
So we're looking at the,
There's only
no
one
second meeting in
so
April,
it goes
right?
to May,
well, it's
so
gonna
I
be a
would
special permit
schedule them
anyway.
both and give
Yeah.
the applicant,
Well,
because the
whether
applicant
it's a
thought
site
that
plan or not,
building said
is
just
the
one
question.
thing, and
I
now you're
believe
gonna go
it-
back to them
I'm
and tell them
definitely
when they
saying that
wanted
it
it.
should be, that we should take a vote that it's a site plan.
yeah, and we don't have to advertise the site plan.
No, but we have
So-
to advertise the special permit and they
Yeah.
go together if you do them together.
Right.
Where is compared to where ABC is now?
right behind it,
Oh, it's behind it, towards the,
in between Central and
Willard.
Willard.
and Willard. Wasn't there a property behind there that Whitney owned that was, had gotten polluted? There was a big fight over it, wasn't there right behind there?
I don't think it was there, Tom, I think it was on the south, you know, where the registry is. I think it was over in that area.
Oh, that's pretty close, believe me.
Well, I know it's pretty close,
And
but,
there is a lot of wetlands back there.
yeah. Well, con.
And how much property are they trying to expand?
It looks like
I mean,
108,000 square
two-
feet,
2.5.
so 2 acres.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
The adjacent property between LKQ and the lot that you're discussing, the next lot over is occupied by United Plastics, it's built
Right.
up.
Yeah.
There's no more buildable land in that area.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, did I'm sorry, I may have missed it. Did you already identify
You
yourself?
did.
You did,
Yeah.
okay,
Spell your
sorry,
last name,
thank you.
sir.
HAUPTMAN.
Thank you.
well, there's nothing back there, so it's not a big deal. Did I lose you again?
No,
No, where, May is what, the?
May 6th.
6th?
But we'd have to advertise for the
Second one.
special permit on,
By April 15th.
yeah, on April
all right.
29th and April 22nd, so the week of the 15th, I'd have to advertise, so that's enough time.
There's plenty of time.
So, yeah, so let's do that. What, if you want, we can make a motion on whether we think they should file a site plan.
Yeah, so I make a motion that we feel a site plan is necessary.
Second.
Motion made by Sal, seconded by Pat. All those in favor, roll call vote.
Patrick Perla,
Yes.
Paul Weiser, excuse, Sal Chaconi,
Yes.
John Souza,
Yes.
Tom Kergnen,
Yay.
Jason Parre,
Yes.
Dean Valier, excuse, Carol Vittorioso.
Yes. Okay,
So is, then the next motion is to schedule.
yes. Do I have a motion to schedule the
So May
special permit?
6th, 6:30, so moved.
Second.
Motion made and second to schedule the special permit application for May 6th at 6:30. All those in favor, roll call vote.
Patrick Perla.
Yes.
Paul Weiser, excuse, Sal Chaconi,
Yes.
John Souza,
Yes.
Tom Kergnen,
Yes.
Jason Parre.
Yes.
Dean Valier, excused, Carol Vittorioso.
Yes. Okay, old business, there's not,
So you're not gonna schedule this, tentatively schedule this,
The site
Site
plan
plan.
at the
Oh,
same
that's
time,
good.
yeah.
So let's do
So
that.
let's make a motion this,
anticipating that it's gonna come?
yes, anticipating the site plan, that we will schedule that for May 6th at 6:35.
motion made,
Second.
second by Pat, to schedule the anticipated site plan for application for May 6th at 6:35. All those in favor, roll call vote.
Patrick Perla.
Yes.
Paul Weiser, excused, Sal Chaconi,
Yes.
John Souza,
Yes.
Tom Kergnen,
Yes.
Jason Parre.
Yes.
Dean Valier, excused, Carol Vittorioso.
Yes. Okay. Old business none, 5.0, new business, 5.1, site plan application for 544 North Main Street, map 205, parcel 1, Jimmy John's Restaurant. We have 2 waivers, and then the site plan itself with any conditions. That should be the order we do them in.
Make a motion to approve the waiver for landscape, for not having
62.3.1.
a landscape architect.
Second.
Motion made, second to approve the waiver for the requirement for a landscape architect. All those in favor? Roll call vote.
Patrick Perla.
Yes.
Paul Weiser, excused, Sal Chaconi,
Yes.
John Souza,
Yes.
Tom Kergnen,
Yes.
Jason Parre,
Yes.
Dean Valier, excused, Carol Vittorioso.
Yes. And the second waiver?
I forget what the second waiver
It's
Motion.
63.1.1.1, parking within the setback.
Oh, yes.
So moved to grant the waiver.
Second.
Motion made by Pat, seconded by Jason for the second waiver. All those in favor, roll call vote.
Patrick Perla,
Yes.
Paul Weiser, excused, Sal Chaconi,
Yes.
John Souza,
No.
no? Okay.
No.
Tom Kergnen,
Yes.
Jason Parre,
Yes.
Dean Valier, excused, Carol Vittorioso.
Yes.
So that's 5-1.
Yes. Okay, and then on the
Site plan.
site plan itself, any conditions?
Yeah, conditions involve the department heads, number one.
Which,
Number two,
which, can you go over the ones that are outstanding?
I don't have them in front of me, someone stole
I
my
s-
copy.
I
I
didn't
would
steal
say
your property, you let me
verification
take
of
them.
bridge
I
traffic
don't want them.
functionality.
You can read them. If you want.
Just outstanding.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
it
they've
does.
already addressed snow removal,
Yep.
approve. Providing the police department with current contact
Yes.
information for owners, managers.
And then what-
We discussed the drive-through lane. So that would be one condition of DPW. For the applicant to cooperate with the Board of Health at the time of the issuance of the building permit to discuss existing grease traps, confirming the functionality of those traps for exterior and interior, and provide a sketch at that time of interior kitchen and dining area.
Including all kitchen appliances.
Yes.
Yep. Okay,
And, conservation is for landscaping using only native species,
Yep,
especially trees and shrubs.
and then we're gonna add the parking lot striping for the crosswalk. Bringing people from the back spots, what is it, 7, 8, 9?
Yep.
Over to the wraparound
To the front.
walkway to the front entrance, right?
Yep.
What other- do we
And was
need-
there,
do we
and,
need signage?
reserving, employee, two of those side, if the employees are going to park, they're gonna use the
The 2 extra spaces that they have.
7, 8, among 7, 8, 9.
Because they have 2 extra spaces. 9. And if that becomes a problem with the employee parking, you know, maybe we do a review after, 6 months after the build to see if there's any traffic issues with the drive-through or the employee parking.
They should park on Baxter.
He said what? They can park
Park
on
on
Baxter?
Baxter.
Yeah, I mean, that's
They
something
probably
you
will.
guys are gonna have to watch.
Yeah.
And to see how the line, you know, I mean, there's 11 spaces in the queue, so I don't expect any problem. It's the same with less queue space, that I never see an issue on, but if that becomes an issue, we'll have to address that too, so you gotta keep an eye on those things, because it's only your benefit.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's not gonna be backing up onto Main Street.
Right.
So
That's a
there's
good
that.
thing, yes. That'll be onto Baxter as well. So,
Okay,
yeah.
we have all those?
Second.
Yeah.
Motion by Sal, second by
What's your
Pat.
Pat,
Him
what's
too.
your name?
Yep.
For site plan approval with those conditions. All those in favor, roll call vote.
Patrick Perla,
Yes.
Paul Weiser, excuse, Sal Chaconi,
Yes.
John Souza,
Yes.
Tom Kergnen,
Yes.
Jason Parre.
Yes.
Dean Valier, excused, Carol Vittorioso.
Yes. Okay, motion carries. Good luck.
Right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good luck.
6.0 communications, there are none. 7.0 director's report. 7.1.1 Sawyer Way, Day Street subdivision status update.
Okay, I just wanted to get this on record for Sawyer Way, that, the planning board has concluded its process, and I checked with KP Law to see what the next steps were for executing, the spending of the $84,000 that was collected from the developer and making improvements to Sawyer Way. And KP Law said that the jurisdiction of this falls entirely within the mayor as chief officer, so he can decide what process to use and how to spend the money. And so the planning board is relieved of any further action on this item.
I think they put a coat down. Looked like there was a pavement.
Well, you know,
coat
he's
that
gonna
was
have to
placed
decide,
on there,
you know,
which
do we
is
put the railings up for safety on, you know, that swale there, or do we top coat it, do we put the granite in, you know?
Yeah.
He can decide how to do that. That's true, that's good, so we're relieved, but, you know, we wanna see him spend it as quickly as possible. I mean, is there any way we control the speed of the spend? Excuse me, it's springtime, these people have been waiting 20 years, or whatever it is, to have a lot of these issues resolved,
Yeah,
so.
it's completely up to the mayor. I gave him all the information with the estimates and,
Can we get
Is this
a
the
timeframe from the
5-year
mayor when he's gonna implement and try, we don't
The
care what
planning
the
board
projects are,
requests-
but at what point is he gonna?
Elizabeth,
Because
is
if
this
we
the
get
one
asked,
that
we
we
wanna
said
be
we put
able
in
to
a
answer it
timeframe?
intelligently.
Or is this something different?
When's he gonna start?
5 years, remember, John?
yeah, they have a 5-year limitation to do
To
that.
spend it.
To spend it, yeah.
But yeah, but we don't want these people, clearly, we know it wasn't enough. So clearly, there should be some kind of.
So you want me to contact the mayor and ask for time
Yeah,
on
ask
behalf
for
of
a
the planning
time
board?
period when they're gonna start some, we don't care what they do for, you know, which improvement is first, but we'd like them to, 5 years is outrageous, that money should all be gone in 6 months, and they should take care of the major issues.
Well, they put a coat down, they might have already spent it.
Blown through it.
I doubt it. If
I
they're
don't know
doing
how
it
much it
themselves,
costs to
you know,
do
they're
that,
just
but-
buying the tar, they're
I don't
doing
know.
it with the
It's a
city
big street.
equipment. It is a big street.
Lean on him, Elizabeth.
Do we just wanna get an idea when he's gonna start implementing some of the fixes?
He's not your boss, we are. He loves it when I say that.
So, let's not hold on to the money, and let's make sure the money goes to the right place. I gotta say
I'm
that,
just
too,
gonna
because
ask
a lot
him-
of times it doesn't. Can that money only be spent on Sawyer Way legally? Must be,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
If it was
probably.
allocated for that, and we took it for
Yeah.
that, that's it. They
It was
can't-
only for, yeah, that's,
It's only for that, right?
yes,
So it can't go into the general fund or be used for other projects.
no,
Does the money go into the general fund?
No, I
No,
just
it's
asked.
earmarked for Sawyer Way.
Yeah,
Okay.
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 All right,
One more thing.
7.1.2 TC annual
Okay.
conference that was on Saturday.
Yes, I went to a Saturday conference. I attended 3 sessions. I saw a lot of familiar faces there from other towns and got to share information with Fitchburg. And I went to roles and responsibilities of the planning board, even though that's something I'm pretty familiar with. I always learn something new when I go to these. I also went to one called Laurel and Hardy Planning School, and they give us a lot of quizzes on state law. It was pretty fun. And then I went to one on monitoring affordable housing units, which we're not there yet, but it was good to find out what other places are doing. And I encourage you all to think about going next year because it's an annual conference, and they do have,
Are they gonna move it from St. Patrick's Day weekend?
it's the third, it's always
Because
the
it's-
third, it's always the third Saturday
In March.
in March. But they also have, some
That's-
webinars during the year, that come up, and I can bring that to your attention when they do. I try to do that. And that's all I had.
All right,
Very good.
executive session, there's none.
Motion to adjourn.
Our next meeting is April 1st, 2024.
April Fool's Day.
All right.
Second the motion.
Motion to adjourn by Sal, second by Jason. All those in favor, roll call vote.
Patrick Perla.
Yes.
Paul Weiser. Excuse. Sasha Koenig.
Yes.
John Souza.
Yes.
Tom Kergnen.
Good head, huh? No guts.
Yes.
Jason Parre.
Yes.
Dean Valier. Excuse. Carol Vittorioso.
Yes.